Hello, mathematicians! All right, friends, today I thought I'd start out with a reminder that every day you should be working on some kind of fact fluency. So you might use your little paper strip and do the deep dive and move your paper down, your little strip of paper each time you do a fact, and um, then swim back up and then do the next row. Maybe you have a few pieces of little strips of paper covering each one. And then dive deep and swim back up. Okay, and then same thing for the back side. Um, so, or you might be doing your um, cards each day. Hopefully you're on extra math almost every day. Don't worry about the timers. Just do your best and you'll get better each day. It's like your little math vitamin, right? So do some addition, some subtraction, and that'll make all the rest of the math we do all year easier and easier as you get better at those. Okay, so we've been working on addition and subtraction within 20, and we've been learning strategies, and we're continuing to use those strategies as we solve word problems. So today, lesson 11, I can create and solve, add to, and take from word problems with the unknown quantity in all positions. So that's just a fancy way of saying that when we look at our math mountain, it could be that the start is unknown, one of the partners, the change is unknown, the other partner, or the result is unknown, the total. Okay, and with a take from problem, maybe the start, the total is then the start is unknown. The change is how much got taken away could be unknown, or the result could be unknown. Okay, so we're going to learn to solve from any of those addends or totals being missing. So it could be the start, change, result. And notice how the start, change, result changes positions in a take from problem. So again, we need to use deal. So remember to read the problem carefully, reread it as many times as you need to, think about it. Then when you decide what kind of problem it is that you're solving, then you can decide what kind of drawing you're going to need, your math mountain or your comparison bars. Write your equation, how you're going to solve that problem, where that unknown position is, solve for that answer, find it, and label all of the parts. Whether you're talking about how many chickens there were, how many trees were planted, whatever the problem is about, and then remember to label if there's any units of measurement, such as money, time, or units of length. So remember that these problem type charts and the deal to look at as you solve your problems is right here in your roadmap. So if you need these to look at, then go ahead and use those. So again, we're going to be looking at add to and take from problems today, but there's going to be some with the start, the change, or the result unknown from add to or take from problems. Excuse me. So let's move to this page. All right, so on page 41, there's a name here that I've never seen before. It looks like Mosh or Moshi. And you just get close with the name. Don't worry about names too much. They put in some interesting names just to keep us making sure that we can get past that and on to the rest of the problem. So you could always just say Mo or something like that to help yourself get past that. So Mo has 5 toy cars. Mary gives him 7 more toy cars. How many toy cars does Mo have now? So are we adding or are we taking from? Is something coming into the scene or leaving the scene? Mo has 5 cars. Mary gives him 7 more cars. Okay, so something is coming into the scene. He's getting more. So it's an add to problem. Okay, and the result is unknown. We don't know how many total cars Mo has now. So we can think, okay, he has 5 cars. So in this case, that's the start, right? He has, well, as I push enter and things, my video keeps stopping. So hopefully this is going pretty well. So we know that the, because this is a subtraction problem, we know that the start was 16. We don't know what the, or we do know how many were used, but we do not know the result of that change. So he had 16, he uses 7. So our result is unknown. So this is how many left, right? So our subtraction sentence then will be 16 minus 7 equals blank, right? So we can figure this out now. Now that we've figured out our math mountain, our equation, so now we can draw a picture to solve. We could go, 7 and count on to 16. We could do that in a picture. Maybe you know your facts that 7 and is 16. All right, so I'm going to leave you to finish the rest of that one as well, because I think the trickiest one to get to is that start unknown. So we're going to go to problem 6. And here, let's see. So as we work in groups instead of videos, we'll be able to solve these and share what we're thinking. Okay, so, what problem type it is, whether it's a start, change, or result unknown. But I actually think that these ones were pretty good for a video. You can rewatch these if you need to, because this is kind of a whole new vocabulary, a whole new way of thinking for us, right? So Brian has some potato plants in his garden. Okay, so Brian has some. We don't know how many Brian has. Brian has some tomato plants in his garden. 9 of the plants are eaten by worms. 4 plants are left. How many plants did Brian have in the beginning? Brian has some tomato plants. 9 get eaten. 4 are left. How many plants did Brian have in the beginning? Okay, so I would like you to pause and think about where you would put the numbers in this number bond, in this math mountain, and what equation you would write. So go ahead and pause to do that, and then turn it back on to figure out if yours matches. And remember, mistakes are okay. All right, so we're working with add to or take from word problems. So was it an add to or a take from? Brian has some. 9 plants are eaten by the worms. So it's a take from, right? But what we know are that 9 were eaten and 4 are left. So we don't know the total. When they said Brian has some, we don't know what that is. So our start is unknown. We don't know what he began with, but we do know that 9 were eaten. So now I've labeled this that there was 13 total, I should have said maybe tomato plants at start, right? So then I can write my answer here, okay? Drawing equation. I've got my answer filled in. Maybe I've solved it another way with a drawing or something. Maybe you counted on. Maybe you knew that 9 and 4 was 13. So I've got my answer here as well, and so I need to label it one last time. Tomato plant. I don't know why it keeps stopping. Tomato plants in the beginning. Okay, 13 tomato plants in the beginning. I could use a complete sentence. There were 13 tomato plants in the beginning, or Brian had 13 tomato plants in the beginning. Either of those would work. All right, so that is where the start is unknown. So really that was kind of a simpler way to solve that one because you know how to put two parts together. But some of those can get a little bit trickier. So as you work on your math today, keep looking at your problem type charts and making your math mountains and using Deal and reading and rereading your problems. So make sure you've got your drawing, equation, answer, and label as you work. And don't forget to do a bit of your fact fluency in some way every day. All right, mathematicians, have fun solving today.